Hello, good day everyone. My name is Adrian, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to install and configure DHCP. So the first thing you want to do is open up your server manager. Alright, then click on manage, add roles and features. We already know what to do for this part, so we're just going to click next, next again, and here we're going to select DHCP server and add features. Alright, and now click next again, and here you can pause the video, or if you're following along you can read this here. Select next. Now we're going to select restart the destination server, click yes, and install. The installation part shouldn't take too long, so I'm going to leave this video playing right here. Okay, as you can see, the configuration required installation succeeded on the server, and now for the next step we're going to click on complete DHCP configuration. So click on that, and here you can see administrators and users, so click next, and here is our username for our server and administrator. Click commit, and as you can see, creating security groups and authorizations are done, so click done and close. And for the next step we're going to go to tools and select DHCP. Alright, I'm going to full screen this, and here you can see arserver2012.com, our domain. Click on this arrow here, and we're going to be utilizing IPv4. As you can see, we need to add a scope, so we're going to right click and create a new scope. So this will open up the wizard for creating a new scope, so click on next, and here I'm going to give this scope a name, so you can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call mine IP address scope. Click next, and here this is the part we're going to set the range of our IP addresses or scope. So I'm going to start off with an IP as 192.168.0 and 10. So that's the start IP address. For the end IP address, I'm going to type in 192.168.0 and let's say 30. So our start IP to our end IP is 10 to 30, and this is our subnet mask, which I'm going to leave the same. Click next, and here we can add an IP address, or we can set a range of IP address to be excluded from the range. So we can set one IP address that will not be used by the client, or a range of IP addresses that will not be used by the client. So I'm just gonna set 192.168.0. Let's say 14, and I'm gonna add that IP. So that IP will not be used by any clients. Click next, and the lease duration is automatically set for 8 days. I'm going to leave that. Click next, and select yes, I want to configure these options now. So click next. We don't need any default gateway and things, so just click next. And here our parent domain is server2012.com. That's our domain name, and as you can see our server IP is already there for us, so just click next. And for Win server, this is not necessarily needed, so just click next and select yes, I want to activate the scope now. Click next and finish. Okay, now if we open the scope folder and go to address pool, here you can see our start IP address, end IP address, and the address range for distributions and the address excluded from distributions. So yeah, that's how you create a DHCP. And now we're gonna go to our client computer and set up the DHCP over there as well. So I'm gonna right click on this and open Network and Sharing Center. I'm gonna select local area connection and I'm gonna go to details. Here you can see we have a IP address of 192.168.0.2. That's our static IP address that I have manually set. So to change that, we're going to go to properties and enter our username and password for administrator. Okay, now we're going to select IPv4, go to properties, and we're simply just going to select obtain an IP address automatically. So this will pull an IP address from the different from the range of IP address we have set. So click OK, click close, and I'm going to go back into details to show you. Here, as you can see, our IP address is now 192.168.0.10, which means it successfully pulled this IP from the scope. And as you can see, our DHCP server is 192.168.0.1, which is the same as our DNS servers. And yeah, that's how you set up a DHCP server. Hope you all enjoyed the video and have a great day.